How's it going, friends? Outlaw Music. I want to welcome y'all to the next episode of what I like to call Outlaw Stories, where I like to pick one of our honky-tonk heroes, tell a quick story about them. But before I do, if you like these stories, hit that like and follow so you'll be the first one to get notified when I have new stories and new content. Today's story is going to be about Lynyrd Skynyrd. So when we left off in part 2, Skynyrd was now without a drummer. When they returned to the States, they were on the hunt. Around this time in South Carolina, there was a drummer named Artemus Powell, and he was searching for a band. Now Artemus, he was a badass too. He was an ex-Marine, a pilot. He was very self-aware of his health. And Artemus could definitely handle himself. He was doing some construction work around the area, and he had met some guys from the Marshall Tucker band through his wife. She had went to school with some of them. So Artemus and the Marshall Tucker guys became pretty good friends, started hanging out. So one day, one of the Caldwell boys called up Artemus and told him Charlie Daniels was looking for a drummer. Artemus called up Charlie, and Charlie told him to meet him down in Louisiana. So Artemus put a clutch on his vehicle, packed up all his stuff, and he headed on down. When he got down there, to his dismay, the drummer that was supposed to be quitting decided to stay. Charlie told Artemus that it was in his best interest to keep his drummer. That way he didn't have to train a new one. He had a lot of big stuff coming up. But he did know a band that was about crazy enough just for Artemus. And he gave them the number of Lynyrd Skynyrd. Artemus got up with Skynyrd, and Ronnie told him to meet him down in Atlanta to try out. So Artemus packed up his stuff, headed down to Atlanta, and he broke down about a block from where he was going to try out. He got out his vehicle, packed up his drums just as high as he could stack them, and he rode them all the way a block away to the place. He had to go all the way back to get the rest of his stuff. It took 2 trips. So by the time he got there, he was pretty tired, but he tried out, and he blew the guys away. Artemus made Lynyrd Skynyrd. It took him about a year to learn all the little details of the songs. Skynyrd was the kind of band that would play everything note for note. There wasn't any other band out like that. You could thank that to their days in Hell House, where they would literally spend 10 and 12 hours practicing one song. But as we know, Artemus did get the hang of it. Skynyrd got better and better. This was the start of something, and it was going to take these guys to heights that none of them could ever imagine. If you want to know what happens in part 4, just let me know in the comments. If you like these Skynyrd stories, let me know as well. If there's any other stories you want to hear, I want to know about those too. And as always, keep it outlaw.